Hello, everyone. We're just finishing up the walkthrough right now. But welcome to Action Norwood's number 3 qualifier for the World Ninja League. This is the Tier 1 that you are tuning into. We'll be running 2 different courses on the same bones today here at Action Norwood. How this is going to work is they will be running the challenge course first, and then they will be running the flow course after that. How a challenge course works is you get 2 retries on the course. Let's say you complete the first obstacle, but then you fail the second obstacle. If you complete the second obstacle on your second try, then you can move on to the third obstacle. If you fail that obstacle, you still have another retry. And if you complete the third obstacle on that try, then you can move on. But then your next fail is your last one. However, if you ever fail 2 on the same obstacle, then that is the end of your run. The walkthrough has concluded, and we're just having the coaches go through the course, explaining it to their kids, trying to break it down to moves that they understand. Welcome back to the Tier 1 qualifier here at Action Athletics Norwood. We just had a little bit of a obstacle reconfiguration, retaping a carabiner, reestablishing the rules. If you are looking to watch more Ninja and you want to pull up another tab, we have another competition going on right now at the same time on the other side. The first runner has just gone off. Good luck to them. First runner of the weekend. They are running our Tier 2 courses. So the same format as our Tier 1. They're doing the challenge course first and then the flow course after, so that they get a kind of a feel for the course, but then the flow is slightly different, and that means that the challenging moves they've had practice on, and it's not going to be as bad as doing it for their first time. Jared here is our ref for our first wave in this kids division. We have about 15 runners today. A lot of them are from Action Norwood, which is fantastic to see. Love to see the home gym represent. But a lot of good names, a lot of people that I've seen before. I myself am a coach. I've gone to other competitions. I like all these kids. I know what they can do. It's really fun to watch everyone go out there, swing around, complete the obstacles. I love the challenge course format because of the retries. It really helps the kids lock in mentally, wow. And I don't know, it kind of brings the stress down, and so hopefully for their flow runs, they're feeling good and they go fast. That's the goal. We're about to get going here. Over on the Tier 1 side, we have our first runner, Jameson Walsh. Now this first obstacle, you gotta climb over the blue. This one's over. The second one is under. And this last one is through. And then they gotta pop on top. He got confused with the other course there. Sliding down the barrel. He didn't quite have enough speed, and this slider is flat, but it's hard to make it back to that box. So he's gonna try running through it this time. That'll be one of his fails. He jumps into it. Does he have enough? He does. He made that dismount. He's going through the hex steps up onto the rings to the moon rocks. But they look like hexagons. A lot of moon rocks you see are circular. So a good stage 4 obstacle. Going, oh, got two hands on that cradle and just slipped off. Having one hand on top of the other, it can work, but a lot of times if you pull too much on that top hand, then you slip off because you pull your other hand off. The obstacles have been reset, and it's his try to go again. Getting another big swing. Can he make it here? Squeezed. Oh! Fingertips right on top, and that will be the end of Jameson's run. Now, with this format, you still have time. And that's also fantastic for the flow run because you can still try these obstacles without any pressure of the first run, so that for your second run, if you do make the obstacle that you failed on before, you're good to go. You already have experience on these ones. We are going to the scamper board. They got hands and feet coming along sideways, getting on top. and they try to jump to that ring, and the dismount is the blue box right over there. This is our 7th obstacle, and they're coming through a key to a ring. Almost got that rotating L bar. We call that a lane change. That brings you from one side of the truss to the other. Very smooth. You hold on to it, gets you all the way around. These last few obstacles, as we have the devil steps here. Once they get all the way up to the top, they go down to the bottom, the silver, have a dismount on that red box. The very last obstacle, a little bit of a weird one. It's the one that we were taping up, making sure was good to go for every runner today. It is a couple of bungee cords, and it makes it a lot harder to get up than you would assume. But you see how he's bouncing up? If you can get a forward swing and a bounce, that will really help you carry through this obstacle, because you'll get distance, and the bars are angled down, so the farther forwards you go, the closer you are to, it's angled down, so the closer you are to the bungee. But we are returning to Thomas Lipino, starting his stage 1, tier 1 challenge run. He's getting up on that block. Thomas does come from Action Norwood. Off he goes. Now over, under, and through. That is the name of this obstacle. He made it up and over to the barrel. He did fall off, so they're going to reset, and he'll go back to the start. He can't touch it until the countdown ends, and there he can go. He jumped into it. He did make that dismount, a good throw there at the end. Couldn't reach that blue ring, so he'll reset. I need to pull up a little bit. He goes straight to that blue ring for the block. Gets into the frying pan. Ben Scraley obstacle from stage 4. He needs to throw onto this. Flying squirrel. He makes the catch. 2 hands on the side. Gets a big kick. Pulls back. Can he make this sideways dismount? He went past that dismount. He flew past it to complete an obstacle. There are 3 things you got to do. First, you got to be on the start platform, and you cannot be touching the obstacle unless that is part of it. 2, you got to use whatever you need to that is in play to get to the finish platform. And you need to touch that finish platform while breaking that forward plane and not falling backwards. So he totally broke that plane. He had a lot of speed, but he went clear over it. He wasn't able to touch the box, so now he has to redo this obstacle. But it didn't seem too hard for him that first time, and he's holding on again. This time, he takes a hand off, tries to shake it out, and he does slip. But that would be his second fail. And then he keeps going through. Deciding not to use his time as we start the next obstacle. We got Scarlett Burke starting her run. Goes up and over the blue board. Under the first yellow. And then we are going through this last one. Grabs onto the barrel, runs into it, jumps, lands cleanly on that box. Through the moon rocks. Slow pace, but nice and steady. Slow swing, but makes it there. It's not all about speed. It's about efficiency, and it doesn't look like she's really expending much energy, so she's going to be able to have lots of it for the end of the course if she can make this catch right here. The time has restarted. She gets another swing. Might need a little bit more swing. Now hopefully she doesn't kick it here. Good job. Did she catch it? Oh, almost got that grab. Hand goes around the outside. I don't believe that's in play. But coming around the spinning discs, the first 3 do spin, the last 2 do not. Coming into headshot, jumping up that trapeze, going to that skull grab. So a lot of these obstacles here, they are stage 4 obstacles. They are our design company. They do also rig a lot of the stuff in the gym, sometimes for competitions. They implemented our salmon ladder, our devil steps, our Lachey lane. They do home rigs at home for the backyard. They've done it in people's basements. Great company. I love their obstacles. We do have a sale coming up right now, and it is 15% off for Black Friday, but that is active right now. And a couple other deals if you check out the website. Certain amounts, you get some free obstacles, so spend some money and get a free gift. Scarlett is powering her way through these devil steps. Has about 20 seconds left in her run out time. You may be hearing some crowd work from our tier 2. That is our bigger wave in numbers, so a bigger crowd watching that side. But someone just made a good TikTok jump. Uses the bungee, gets to the donut, and drops down as her time runs out. Right now, we have Scarlett, Thomas, and Jameson have ran just a couple more before we get into some more fun commentary, being able to, extrapolate from multiple different runs. Now this is Colby. They are a very fast, very technical ninja. Nice run through the barrel. Going through the hex steps. Nice and fast. Jumping straight to there. One swing all the way to the pan. One-handing through that hold. Back swing. Throw. Make sure to touch that box. They land cleanly on there. Now that box is a start-finish, which means if you fall off of it, that is a fail of the next obstacle, but a clear of the first one. Oh, he jumps off that trampoline, does not hold on to that trapeze, just undershot that jump. Needs to get a little bit taller, but had good forward speed. Needs to wait for the timer to go down a little bit. Hard sometimes to differentiate the 2 different timers. Gets some huge swings here. Goes for a amazing set right there. That was humongous. Lands right there, and then goes to the scamper board. Jumps straight to the red mat, so skipping the ring because the red is the end. Gets to the bar, lands on the pit pillow, and races through the devil steps. Now, because some obstacles don't link right into each other, part of Ninja is sprinting from obstacle to obstacle. Colby does not shy away from speed. A good bit of time left and a retry.
It looks pretty good for Colby here. Gets a good pull, almost grabs onto that top bungee. Here's about timing the pull-up with the bouncing. Can they get their second hand on there and not slip off? Because it does tilt a little bit. They got it. And now they have to muscle their way through. It is not an obstacle that most ninjas hold on to in practice. It is way harder than just a regular rope. Bounces up to that bar, goes to the slightly less slack blue, gets to the box, and hits the buzzer. Our 4-course clear of Tier 1 goes to Colby. Jumping over the caution tape there. Very fast, very exhilarating run. Up next, we have another action athlete. We have Andrew going over the blue board, under the second board, and then through the last one. Now this obstacle is kind of hard to fail, the first one, but the second one is where the difficulty starts to ramp on up. Going through the hex steps. Nice swinging all the way up to the frying pans. Big swinging. Needs to get the angle. Try not to get the truss. He got an amazing throw. What a catch there. One hand squeeze. That was phenomenal. He's setting his body. Can he get this dismount? All he needs to do is touch it to get the point. He stays on there, immediately goes to the next obstacle, slows down there, makes the turn. What a run here from Andrew. Big kicks. Did a little pull up on that front. Should probably extend it out a little bit longer. There we go. Those are some good powerful kicks. He could probably throw it right here. Nice catch. Right onto the bottom of the skull and bones. So that is a fail of that obstacle because he touched the finish box, but he fell backwards, but that's okay. He still has plenty of time, and he has a retry. If he makes it here, he can move on through the course. He's just taking some time, get some breaths, because it is tiring, hanging and kicking. That's a lot of different muscles you're using. He's pulling up with his arms. He's tucking with his core. He's also raising his knees and kicking. That's literally your entire body. It is a very tiring sport. With 50 seconds left, he does catch the skull. He needs to go land nicely on this box right here. He once again just doesn't throw hard enough, gets his feet on there, but his chest stays behind him. Using the scamper board. What a great run there from Andrew. Super fast through the first 4 obstacles. 5 obstacles. But that makes me think he's going to be really good for this flow course because he was fast through it this first time, and he's had 2 times practice on that headshot obstacle. I do believe that he will have a great flow run. Here we got Kayla going over and under and through. I wonder how many times I'll be saying that today. Jumps up top. I guess they never said the top of the barrel was off. Wasn't necessarily helping her. She didn't get enough momentum from it. She needs to run through. She does grab it on the side, but she goes too early. She went too early, so she needs to go back. That does count as a fail. So unfortunately, if you do not wait for the timer to start, that can be a fail, which is part of the coach to be on there to help stop. But also the athlete does need to be aware of these rules as well. Got a hand over the top and slips on off. Big kicks here. Humongous upstarts. Now that's what we call a big kick, where you kick above your head trying to gain swing. Good set right there. Now when you hear me say set, what that means is the athlete, when you're going through the air, going between obstacles, what they do is they take their hips and they raise them up behind them or to the side, so that whenever they go to that next obstacle, they will already have swing, rather than going there with your legs underneath you straight down and then having to gain swing from that. Got Xavier running. Now I do think that this first obstacle is going to be where some time is gained and lost for the back half of the course. If we have more finishers, which I do believe we will, I do believe that first obstacle is going to be one of a couple seconds that will be helpful for when you get to the end and you really want those 5 extra seconds. Had a mighty swing, but was not able to hold on to the flying squirrel. Nice lock off getting there. Side swing. Turning his hips on that first one, gets a huge throw, hand on the hand, grabs the backside. That is a good technique right there, grabbing on both sides of it so your hand doesn't slip off. Good prodding through the spinning discs. Gets up onto the headshot. 1:25. Nice. So that one, he didn't set, but what he did do is he shot through there. And when you drive through and you bump through that lache, you have swing because you are forcing your way past the catch rather than setting where you've set yourself in front of the catch. A really quick pace here from Xavier. A minute left. Whoa, dynoing up those dyno steps. Couple of moves, but realize that right now it's better to pull and reach. It's a little faster, saves some energy, but the dyno does definitely earn some style points. All right, on top of the devil steps. Reaching out, getting that donut, getting a good pull up. Nice and fast on this obstacle. Getting some swing side to side. Muscling their way through. Oh, his hand gets on that knot. There is one bunch where the 2 bungees are coiled next to each other. It is taped up, but it is a big, I'm going to say knot for lack of a better word. It's just a little bit harder to grab because it's big and it will spin as it is a strap. He has 15 seconds left. Needs to take another reset here. No, reset isn't necessarily a fail. It's just going back to the start. Tries to speed their way through obstacle number 10 and falls. But what a lovely run. I know they don't love it, but that was a great run right there. 9 obstacles. great pace at 142. Coming in second there. We have Cora coming up here. Over, under, and through. I'll save it for every couple of runners. Jumps into that barrel and lands on that box, leaning forward, but a good upright move. Skips the yellow, goes straight to the pan. That seems to be the beta here, is trying to skip that first ring if you can, get that swing early. Trying to set the angle of the swing. Gets two hands on there, but a little too extended. Needs to get a little more power on that throw. Oh, had two hands on there, but sometimes you slip off if we're not really locking with our fingers and we're trying to grab with our palms. It's a big kick here. Nice tall up start. Could definitely throw it. Right there, sets at the last second. Gets some big kicks and needs to stick this landing. We'll get one more and they'll land. So they landed forwards and walked ahead. Now, this is not part of the points run right now, but if it were, that's a good example of they cleared that headshot obstacle, but because they went forward on that box, as it is the end of the headshot, but also the start of the scamper, they then failed the scamper. So that's why nailing those dismounts are very important here. Does manage to push their way through that lane change. Goes to try this last obstacle. 25 seconds left. Over there, time. You know, it's good practice. Trying the obstacle as much as you can, and like, this is her home gym. She's done those devil steps a million times. There's really no need to practice them in this run. It does make more sense to practice one that you haven't tried, especially with looking how timid she is. There she goes, slips off, but that's okay. She has exposure, which means if she gets there for the next run, she will be hopefully a little more confident with her ability to hold on to that. Cora taking the first so far, but the fastest to the third obstacle. Barnaby starting out their run. Backs up to re-grab the barrel, and that was definitely a smart move. Setting on the pan. Some big kicks. Goes for a throw on this next one, probably. Was in a straight line, really shot into it. And this is one of those catches that you may think you want to be a little light on there. You want to shoot onto it. Because as it swings away, you really need to get those hands over the top. And if you're just barely getting there, then it's going to be hard to stay on if it swings away. You can use hands on those steps, and they do save themselves from that fall. Needs to dismount. Lands backwards. We'll have to redo that one. Jump up. Goes for a little shay. Nice set. Needs another kick. We'll see if they land. A minute left. They're going to throw hard. They lean forward. They go immediately to that scamper board. A good decision there. as they had a lot of forward momentum. Gets to the top, jumps straight to the red. That's also seeming to be the beta. The ring is on, but that jump is not far, so that's definitely what most kids should be doing. Gets around that bar, nice job, and then run to the double steps. 30 seconds remaining. They can definitely get at least one more point, and if they're fast, they could get clear. Speedy through the devil steps. He's to find that dismount and lands it and runs on up. Now climbing truss is a skill, falls off. I'm believing they're saying that the starting platform is like the blue devil steps. So falling off the truss will not constitute a fail here. Does run out of time here, but we'll try one bounce. Gets a grab. We'll definitely have a feel for it. Off to the side of it, slightly angled. Don't want to swing to the devil steps. And a good decision there to let go as they found themselves swinging. We have Thomas Lapino. Oh, did they get a rerun? I wonder what part of that one under review. I wonder if it was one of the fails, if he actually did get a clear, but it was constituted a fail. But what a rerun is basically you get to do it all over again with a little bit of extra experience. Now, they usually give you a couple runs so that you're not tired. Can you make this catch again? Easy for him. Made it. I think that's his third time. Gets that handle. He needs to spot this dismount. Nice, good angle. Reset the hips. Turn into it. Turn away. Land, stay on. Great landing there. Really locking in for this second run. Fantastic to see. Now, Thomas is normally super fast with the balance, but he knew he had to slow it down for that one. He's so close to that lache. Nice small set in between the two. Now, this is another spot. You need to go for it. Really throw hard. Can he make this? He might be going past it. Let's see. He spotted, and he went straight onto the scamper board. Great tack off that flat box. Can he stay on? He does hold on. Gets to the top. And a fantastic rerun so far. It's always great to get past where you were before. Coming into the lane change. Manages static, pull back, set, pull through, throw it, and lands there. We have the devil step with 35 seconds. How fast can he get up? It's a lot of swing. He needs more pull. He needs to be pulling. There we go. He's figuring it out. He's pulling now. 20 seconds left. He's got two more up, and then he turns around. He has 15 to get this point, but on the way down is fast. 10 seconds. Lands right behind the devil steps. I think the time freaked him out. He heard the timer. He still has 7 seconds to find that landing and go. But a great run there by Thomas, making it all the way to that 9th obstacle, almost getting 9 points. And that will bring them up on the leaderboard.
starting their run. Nice job going over, under, and through. Jumps into that barrel and lands through the moon rocks and gets up to the ring. Good pullback. Matching a huge lock off there. Angling those hips. Huge swing. Nice catch on that one. No difficulty there. Hands all the way over the top. Now needs to get to this frying pan. Now setting their hips. Good dismount, stays on there. Goes through the spinning discs. All the way up and through. No hesitation on that trampoline. Definitely has enough right here. Another big thing on this course is right there is how many swings do you really need to get in between those obstacles? That seems to be the strategy most people are going for. A quick landing on that box, throwing hard, leaning forward, and going immediately on to the next obstacle, the scamper board. Good pull through here. Resetting, getting a huge swing, and it goes right onto there. Needs to push and kick. Does land on that pit pillow. Great landing. Goes to Devil Steps with 57 seconds left. Speeding through this course here. Still with a retry. Blazing fast, up and down. Now getting to obstacle number 10. He's taken out a couple of different competitors. He has 35 seconds, chalking up a little bit, pulling down, pulling up, trying to find it. He's in the lock off, he needs to be down. There we go, oh, slips right out. Still 20 seconds, still plenty of time. And yes, that blue is the start block because he's able to go up there as they start of the obstacle. 20 seconds, he just needs to get a little bit more bounce to get up to there. He needs to fix his grip, he does. Pulls, reaches up top, can he match? He falls off, and that is all right. What a great run by JD. Literally being picked up by his coach at the end. Fantastic job getting to obstacle number 10. That is a tricky one. Finley starting up. Through the barrel. Nice landing there. Through the moon rocks, up to that first ring. A big pull. Some big kicks here. Quick throw, but just underneath it. Got a hand touch, but not fully there. Big pulls here on the pan. Oh, just barely doesn't make that catch. That is going to be their second fail on that obstacle, which means they are done. That frog jump, those two-footed jumps, fantastic way to get through those spinning discs. You will see even some of our elites using that method to get through. I can think of one that I can probably put money on that she will be using that technique to get through. Now using the remainder of their time to get through the scamper board. Nice jump and getting to the lane change.
Get into the devil steps. Big pulls. Nice steady pace going up. Big reaches on the way down. And they'll be trying out this last obstacle with 35 seconds left. Reaches out to the bungee, squeezes hard, come on back, reset into that block, but with it in hand, goes straight to the bungee without even using the donut. That might be a good strategy. Getting onto that early rather than using the donut to pull yourself up. I like that. I wonder if any of our other competitors have been watching. And that's the thing, is it's not always the people in active runs that show you the best way to go through. It's every run. You do not need to be the ninja who makes every move every time just to be a name. You can be someone who knows the best way to move through it, but maybe not be able to do it. But as long as you know it, you have a step up from everyone else. Gabriel coming through.
Hello everyone, I was just informed by Gabriel's brother that his nickname is Chalk in the gym because this guy consumes chalk like nobody else. I wouldn't say, like, I would say consume like he purchases a lot of chalk. All of his money, his like entire salary goes towards chalk. I'm not allowed to tell you how much he makes, but just know it's in the six figures.
Now that's a lot of chalk. And you can see it on his hands, it's almost on the backside. Getting a big pull through the pans. They did fail his obstacle once, so they're getting another big swing. They do hail from our Boston location. It's always lovely to see those beautiful blue jerseys. What a set! Almost got a one-hand catch. If they matched two hands on there, I think they would have got it in the big loops. Another 2-foot jump. Now we have Coach Isaiah named Zays over there coaching to the side. Huge kicks here. Definitely no stranger to surprises. Their way quickly through this scamper board up to the lane change, very efficiently using their time. Swinging around, goes onto that pit pillow, racing to the devil steps. 15 seconds left, that's enough to get up there. Now, if it wasn't straight bars, I would probably do these in a different gym just because you never know how things feel. And it's always good to get a hand on the obstacles for that reason. Just familiarity with your hands. Is it a little bit slippery? Is it not? Because it's okay if it is. It's just good to know beforehand. It's all about information. That's the name of the game here. We train you as much as we can to get you the muscles and the body habits. But if you don't know when to apply them, that's also what the coach is there for. But it is definitely easier if you can do it rather than having your coach explain every step. But that is definitely what a lot of these kids are doing, is they know how they want to tackle the obstacles. They know how their bodies move. Up here, we do have Charlie, another Action Norwood. Any of those yellow and black jerseys, pretty easy to spot. Slow on that barrel, not sure if they'll make that landing. Just behind that block, we'll have to reset, and hopefully they wait their time. All right, it's good to go. Definitely had speed that time, but landed right before the box. Making his way through the moon rocks. I think give him the flow course. We'll see what gets changed. I think he makes it through that obstacle. Almost on that catch. He had the height, had the hands there. He was in a bit of a lock off. It would have been a great spot to catch. Good job running through, stepping in the middle of those, because on the outside is we're going to spend a lot more. Getting some big swing. Nice. Sticking that landing. One of the people who I've seen just stand on there and stay there. Gets up to the lane change, sets their hips, pushes, push, push. Good smooth all the way around. Skipping the devil steps. I mean, makes sense. 30 seconds left. He's his home gym. He's already done them. Gearing up towards the end of our run order for the challenge course. He's getting a bounce. He's pulling. He just barely doesn't get up there, but a little bit of time, a little bit of knowledge. That's how you complete obstacles the next time around. Chase running through their course, getting onto that barrel, and a good dismount there through the moon rocks. Landing on the knees on that box, doesn't matter what you use, as long as you get on there. Slowly getting onto the pant. Big pulls, big setting of the hips. Now they start kicking, trying not to get all the way into that dress. Finding the angle, throws, spots that catch on fingertips. What a crazy squeeze. Getting to that pan. Kicking forward, back, matching. Will they make this landing here? He does. He steps off. So that would be, and it is, a completion of the ham and leg obstacle, but a fail of the spinning discs. But he still has that retry, which he used, and he made it through. So now he has one more to use. Some big kicks. Lands it goes. Getting out the devil steps, nice and fast. Good absorption on the way down, making that dismount. We do have 20 seconds once he gets on this block. Climbing that truss is a skill to be fast. 15 and 10. He's Squeezing, reaching, pulling down, going back, bouncing, pulling, gets on top, but can't quite hold on. Now, if he wants to, he can take another try on this. They are just gonna let it run on out. Nice dismount there on the barrel. Gets up onto the pan. Huge throw. Oh, I thought he had that second after those hands stuck on there. They did slip, but they get a retry. They try again. Steady and smooth, and then explosively gaining swing right where they get to that pan. Oh! That was a different kind of catch, but still slipped off. Gets that lache. Trying to go to that next box. Good landing on that pit pillow. And running to the double steps. Climbing up to that blue. They got about 15 now, but probably 10 once they get onto there. Trying out this. Reaching out, getting the tiniest piece of it, but that's enough to bring it back. Bouncing, reaching, pulling down. They're in a lock off. They probably need to bounce more and then pull up and reach. But that's all about getting used to it. Once you're on it once, it's a lot easier to explain how to do it the next time. That concludes our challenge runs. So we do have a flow course that's coming up very shortly, but that was a fantastic first wave. Our tier 2 course is still going on, so if you want to look at some ninja action, you can switch on over. There are on our other YouTube. But I would look that up if you are looking for some ninja to get you through to the flow course. I'm going to keep this going, but we will be coming back very shortly. This is Avery, Action Athletics Norwood. I'll get you the view of course, just so you can see what's going on. Here, right there, you might be able to see some of the tier 2 going on. Get all of them over here. Now. 5 minutes ago, I got distracted. I like the move. for those of us still here, we are finishing up the walkthrough for the flow course. We made a couple of modifications to the course for the flow just to make it more flowy. There's no retries, so we didn't really want to keep all of the big moves that were taken out for competitors. We added a minion in between the frying pan and the leg. We took away the barrel slider, and that is now, let me show it here, a curtain slider. And then on the last obstacle, it is now a trapeze on that bar, so it's a little bit easier to go through. Alrighty, everyone. We are starting again. We have the flow course starting. We have shorter time limit, but they've tried most of these obstacles. And what they have changed, I personally believe them to be easier changes. That makes it faster. So even though it's novel, it's not going to be difficult for them. Same order as last wave. But this one is fail and done. So if they do fail an obstacle, that is the end of them gaining points. Curtain slider, a staple here in New England Ninja. Getting some big pulls. Spotting that grab on the minion. Setting those hits. Needs to find the dismount. Stays on there. Circling around. Does fall on the spinning discs. Now he will be able to run out his time, but that is where the points end. Good dismount onto there. Making it through the scamper board. And we'll go to the lane change. Up next, we have Thomas Lapino. Going through the curtain. Disengages from that curtain and is able to make that dismount. Misses that slot grab, but it swings back to him, and he manages to get right into there. Grabbing the pan, kicking forward and back, needs to line up his swing. Quickly dismounting. That's what those 2 extra turns got you. Keeps it going all the way up. Feet do hit the trampoline, it slows his swing, so he needs to keep it nice and tall. Throw soon. Gets it. Keeps kicking. Can we get the dismount? You can see the feet flying. Goes forward, gets right on there. Almost falling backwards onto that, but that's okay because he stays on. Across the scamper board. Gets on top. Huge jump here. Makes that into the lane change with 25 seconds to go. Good grab. Oh, almost grabs it. Has enough swing here. We'll need to pull up and reach. 10 seconds. He can get this point. He's waiting for it to swing back. Needs a hard pull. He needs to go right here. 3, 2, 1. He's going a little forward and back. He's trying to kick his legs a little forward diagonally rather than just straight side to side in line. That's where he'll get stuck and end his run. A fantastic run from Thomas, getting all the way near the end, hitting that 7th obstacle, but not completing it. We have Scarlett coming up. Doing the over, the under, and the through. Through the curtain slider. Good dismount. Through the moon rocks. Up onto that dismount platform, jumping straight to the blue, pulling on the blue, on the yellow pan. Nice grab on that minion. Getting to that grab. Nice hold with one hand, setting those hips to kick, kick, kick. Good landing on that box, making their way through. Good job through the spinning discs up to that trapeze. Keeps going with some big kicks. What a marvelous backswing right there. Kicking those legs forward, lands, leans forward, grabs onto the blue, holds on. 44 seconds. Jumping to the ring, getting the angle. Good dismount. Into the lane change with 30 seconds. Nice point there. Going to the devil steps. Fast up the devil steps. We'll probably get this point here. 12 seconds remaining. Not sure if they'll be able to finish it up, but they definitely got to obstacle number 10. A great run here from Scarlett. Timing out on those bungees. Fantastic run there. Colby starts the run. Fast through the first obstacle, speeding through the curtain, across the moon rocks, and up to the Hammond leg, skipping the yellow ring. Good speed here. Has a good set facing forwards to that box rather than away, and a quick dismount. staying on that last one. And the 2 to the end, they do not spin. So it's mainly about going forwards, getting that turn, and then you're home free. Big kicks here. Probably on this next one, they'll do a big throw. Landing straight on that box, not needing to move forward. Climbing on up. Will they go for the jump? They do skip that ring. Going into the lane change with 55 seconds here. Lots of time left. A quick release on that. They don't need to spin all the way, just get to the pit pillow. And a very good use of, any part of it. Earlier on, way faster to dismount. Don't need to swing as much around. A quick up and down of the devil steps. Will we see a double buzzer from Colby today? Plenty of time left, 30 seconds. They did it on the challenge course. Can they hold on for this? Going straight to the bungee. I do like that move. Rather than, messing with any of the other holds, you go straight for the top. Muscling their way, trying to get to that trapeze. Big swing, big bouncing. They might need to move a little more forwards. You'll see a big reach. Got 8 seconds. Big throw. Land it. Hits it. The second buzzer of the day for Colby. A great finish. A great couple of runs. Andrew starts their run, up and over, and through. Nice and smooth, grabbing onto the curtain in a moment. They grab it, pull back, and then run through. Nice, easy dismount right there. Getting onto the panhandles. Misses that grab, but does reset back to the box. Trying to grab the bottom and skipping the blue. Manages to time it and get the blue ring here. A little bit of stern coaching from Coach Nolan. Sometimes that's what's needed on a course. Trying to reach back to there, trying to fix that swing. What a great grab there. They're kicking forward and back. He's telling them to slow it down and go side to side. Great control of that swing there. Nice active coaching from Nolan. But besides that, it's not just the coaching. The kid needs to listen, and Andrew's doing a fantastic job receiving what Nolan is talking about. Nice job through the steps. And we're going back to the trapeze. Has 44 seconds. Needs to get a good amount of swing here. Needs to throw. Makes that catch, and we'll be moving on. Hopefully land on this. This is trouble for him in the challenge course. Can he make this landing? Can he throw hard and lean forward? He can! He steps on that scamper board. He made that dismount, but he did go too far forwards, so he failed the scamper board. But what a fantastic run there from Andrew, running out his last 5 seconds. We got Kyla popping up. Good pace through here. Grabs up tall, runs it back, and does make it through, fighting with that swing. Making it across the moon rocks. Getting to the pan. Nice smooth swinging. Grabbing onto the yellow squirrel handle, getting the pan. Good side of the hips, probably could have thrown there, but wasn't quite sure. They were not able to get that point. They did land behind the box before touching it. It was close. Now, even if they got their hand on that box before touching the floor, that would have counted as completion of the ham and leg, but they did touch the floor beforehand. They will have about a minute left to run out their remaining time. Xavier's hopping up and over, and then through. Nice dismount on that slider. Quick through the moon rocks. Skipping that yellow ring straight to the first pan. Kicking away. Good set for that swing. Turning around, quick dismount. Galloping through the spinning disc. Good turnaround there. That's another way to get some extra swing, is to turn around and swing forwards that way. Big kicks. Can you make the dismount? That was a quick one. Stayed on there. And now through the scamper board. Big quick. They fell off that side there, but they made the point. And it's not a start finish, so it didn't matter. They are still good to go. They are running through the lane change and up the devil steps. Making quick work of that. Pulling up with their core, using their arms, reaching on down. A quick dismount there. Running on up. We have 35 seconds left. Plenty of time to do this obstacle. Choosing to use the holds. Trying to swing through. Almost getting that bungee. Needs to time the pull. They pulled up a little bit out of sync with it. Needs to be a pull up as you're going up. They get the bungee. Can they squeeze? They do. They have 10 seconds left. They're getting to that trapeze soon. They need to get it, pull back, get a swing, get it there, throw it, sir. Hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it. He gets the buzzer. What a great run there. Barely getting that buzzer at the end. A little bit of pain, but a lot of glory there. Cora going over and under, and now through. Getting to the curtain slider. Pulling back and going. So you can see there's two different kinds of ways people go through there. They either pull back and then go, or they try to run into it. If you try to grab it and then with your feet up, because it's not angled, you're really not going to go anywhere. So you need some sort of momentum, either by pulling back so your body's behind the swing point, or running into it so you push it forward to make it move. Right there, an unfortunate fall by Cora. She got the point. She did clear the hammer leg obstacle with the pans. However, when she touched that box, she did not stay on it. That is a start-finish platform, which means you need to stick the landing. Same thing with this box right here. That black one that they're landing on, that is a start-finish, because if they overshoot it but tap it, then they complete the obstacle behind them but fail the next one. 45 seconds to run out their time. Fast up the double steps. Nice job through the devil steps. A good run there by Cora. Fast getting to the fifth obstacle, but unfortunately tapping that box, but overshooting just barely. Barnaby going over. And then under. And guess what? They're going to go through too. Grabbing and jumping through, but making it. Good pulls. Good swings. Good setting their body through the pans. And good dismount right there. Lands on there, but stays on. Jumping up to that trapeze. Good pace here. Early kicks, but manages to keep their hips up to gain swing. What a good throw. It was low, and they shot right through. Good landing. Good pop on up. A minute left, and they are completing obstacle number 7. We have the lane change. Good grab, good push, good landing, and running to the devil steps.
Go, go, go.
There we go. Climbing all the way up on those devil steps. We have 15 seconds. Definitely time. They need to be quick though. Going quick. Oh, slips off that bungee. Not sure if they will be able to recover in time. A fantastic run there by Barnaby as they run out their time. Bouncing on the bungee cord. Oh, swinging on that reach. Great run there. JD starting out their run. Running through, getting that slider down through the moon rocks nice and fast. Yellow to blue, and good set here. Nice job pulling through. They're facing forwards for an easier dismount. kick their legs back, and a good landing there, sticking that dismount, running through the spinning discs. I thought he had saved it, but it did fall off on that last one. Very close. He knew he was close. He was not loving that he fell off, but he's a great kid doing a great run. He made third on the last course, so he's still podiuming no matter what happened on the flow course right now. Nice speed to the double steps there. Popping out. Over, under, and through. Pulling back on the curtain slider. Meandering back and forth on that swing, but finding the dismount quick through the moon rocks. I'm liking those fast steps. It's like a drill. Dry land training. Good swings. Doesn't need as much as last time to get to that handle because we do have the minion. Hips are facing away. Good turn in. Good match. Nice throw. Good landing. Keeping your speed. 2-foot hops. 2-foot hops. We love it here. They're fast. They're efficient. They work. Nice lâché into there. Good landing. Going up and over the scamper board. Reversing sideways. Getting that dismount. Good one-hand catch on that key. Pulling back, swinging forwards, grabbing, pushing. Good dismount here. 40 seconds left, running to the devil steps. Straight pulls. I love the muscle here, especially in these kind of courses. You can do devil steps with swing, but if you need speed, you need to pull, and that's what they did. Up the step, reaching that. Are they gonna go for the top? Got 15 seconds, going straight to the top. They need to make their way. They need to make their way. 10 seconds remaining. Does slip off on that last obstacle. A great run there. Managing to sneak currently into third place, but we'll see what happens the remainder of the wave. Gabriel's coming on. Going all the way to the curtain slider, shooting through it. Good landing, popping up on the moon rocks, and then going to the pans. Good landing landing there. Swinging through, getting to the skull. Nice job on that catch. A good job getting that point on this dismount. Goes for the scamper jump and making it to the lane change. At that point, they're at the end. Charlie Cats making their way through the frying pan. Getting the flying squirrel. Turning the hips, looking at it, and landing, staying on, going through the spinning discs. Holding it tight and composed all the way to the trapeze. Can they make the dismount? They do. They lean forward. They grab onto the balloon and keep themselves on. 50 seconds. Good dismount there. Into the lane change. Have to really swing and pull back, set their hips behind them. Might need to pull up and reach. Last time, they did this static the same way. Set, push, 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 land it. Nice close in. 30 seconds to get up and over the devil steps. Pulling up, 15. Chase starting up and over. Chase making their way through the pans into that slot grab, misses, but gets it on that second swing. Pulling back, a good lineup here. They can turn, good kick to that wall. They probably could have got that dismount. Is a little wily, but they could have controlled it. Finding it, staying on there. Good job throwing those hands down to stay on top. Jumping through the spinning discs. Big jump up, big kicks. Going all the way through. And needs to catch it on the skull. Going for the bones. Couple more kicks. Need to get this dismount. And a throw, a land, and leaning forward, running forward, coming sideways. Nice job getting to that ring. Good dismount, getting up to the lane change. Push, 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 landing. Now onto the demo steps, 15 seconds. They're fast, will they have time? They gotta go up, get down, and make that dismount. 5 seconds. Pull back, swing, land. Good job making that point right there from Chase. Great run there. Running himself into 6th place. Nice job there. A little refresher of our leaderboards. Tommy starting out. Going up and over. Underneath and through. Pulling back on the slider and then running. Nice job getting that dismount. The only thing with those kind of speeds is that sometimes you swing back and forth and you don't want your backswing to be lined up right when you get to the end. These kids have been figuring it out. Good match on there to face forwards. And a good dismount, sticking it on the corner. Barely holding on to the balance on the spinning steps. Big kicks here. Going to the skull. Good catch. Throws, lands, and moves on. 45 seconds, looking to get this dismount here. I think they failed that dismount. I wasn't watching the screen, I'm looking over it, so I wasn't able to tell right where they landed. Big push through here and around the devil steps. And that concludes our kids' wave for the doubleheader. We had a challenge course, we had a flow course. To meet again at 1 for our next wave. We'll be doing it all over again. We will be doing the podium soon, but I do not believe that you will be there watching for that. The results are online. If you look up WNL Tier 1 results, you can find them there. Thank you for tuning in, and hopefully we see you all at one. If you would like to watch more Ninja, we still have our Tier 2 going on. This was our bigger wave in our kids, so head on over to our other channel and watch some Tier 2. There are some really fun obstacles. I honestly think they look more fun to watch than the obstacles on the stage on the Tier 1. Tier 1's definitely harder, but the Tier 2 I think looks very fun, especially for someone who doesn't know too much about Ninja. It would be a good one to check out. I will see you all. Well, you'll hear me later on.
Yeah, so we're going to do awards at the wall, our area, so we're against that back wall. That way we're away from the Tier 2. Everyone was already qualified. Oh. Okay. Avery, do you mind doing yours? Or I'm going to go grab the medals if you can do the announcement. Thank you. Are there any other kids that are not doing the flow? It was just him, so the rest of the runners all the same.